What's wrong?
Well said.
Through space, from my end to the end of the galaxy, they will not take it. But what does it matter? Too long rested in a tomb, too long forgotten by the galaxy, too long to have allowed them. They come, and I am ready, for my being is ready, and my spirit has been saved.
Through the void and space I have come, Sith Lord. I am seeking a being, a Sith warrior who will inspire the lost fear into this galaxy.
I see you, Sith. I see all that you are, and all that you believe you are, and I will tell you no. I will neither go towards nor serve one such as you. You are too late, Dion. There is nothing left here for you to claim.
So be it. There will be others. Ship, I am aware of another. And perhaps something even greater.
Well, that was fun.
Who the hell were they?
Well, whoever they are, they're smelling our exhaust fumes now.
Yeah. What's with that smell?
This ship's been lying in a jungle swamp for about a decade. What did you think it would smell like? She's called the Something Eagle, by the way. The something was worn off the hull's plaque. Up from here, you have the bridge. Boron is doing a great job of piloting, so if I were you, I'd let him be. When we actually have some coordinates, you can use the star map thing behind me to guide the ship there. In the middle of the ship, we actually have a hangar with a small shuttle. It won't go very far itself, but it'll be handy for landing. I doubt many ports can handle a ship this size. To the far rear, we have an engine room, and Jawas. Lots of Jawas.
Yeah, about that. I'll let you talk to the chief about the whole turning into a rancor thing, Doc. Not so keen on having him do it in front of me again.
Apart from that, we have the wings and lots of rooms. The port side seems to have been taken over by Mandalorians.
Yeah, I guess we've claimed that area.
Up the starboard, I even found a private room for yourself. There's a locker and, well, maybe there's a few things you can find to stick in there. Apart from that, we're just waiting for somewhere to go.
Yeah, about that too. Why do you want to find Revan? I admit it's been a while since these eyes and ears were sober, but even I can't miss the obvious. Who do you say organized the meeting on Onderon?
The Queen.
For what purpose?
Funded an expedition.
And it just so happens that the three people she assembles are, correct me if I'm wrong here, Basta Lashan, HK-47, and the head of the Genoharadan. Am I the only one that finds this a little suspicious?
What are you saying?
3 factions, each with their own means and interests in finding Revan. Imagine, if they all came together, could they do it? What do you say, Doc? You want to be the one who finds Revan? Then how about being the ambassador for the first Genoharadan Republic Droid Alliance? That's the spirit. Last time I checked, they each had bases not too far from here. The Republic moved into Telos, and HK took over one of M478's moons. Kannos is probably based on Eddy 4. You travel enough and get to my age, you learn a few hyperspace coordinates off by heart. I'll input what I know to the map. I'll even throw in a few extra ones for good measure.
Kannos is awake, by the way. I found an old cage to put him in, but he wants out. If this is your plan, I guess we might have to, because, incidentally, I'm in. I'll let you see to him.
Sealing hatch initiating internal atmosphere. All systems nominal. Welcome aboard.
Nice to see you around, Doc. Yeah? What'd you want to know? Well, I kinda came into a clan a little late. Compared to some of them, my dad especially. I haven't seen much in the way of battle or war. I think it shows. Nice to see you around, Doc. Yeah? What'd you want to know? Well, I can fire a blaster. I know how they work. Maybe I'll get to prove myself one day. Nice to see you around, Doc. I'm not too sure what he can say that I can't, but go ahead. I'm not too sure what happened between my parents, but I know that I was mainly raised by my mother. She died, though, when I was young. A friend, an aunt or something, tacked down Canderous and passed me on to him. That'll be 9 years ago now. I don't blame him for being a little distant about me, and I'm not too sure how a true Mandalorian is meant to raise their kids. I know he cares for me, though. He must do if he's looked after me for this long. The others keep an eye out for me, too. It's just too bad. Everyone will always just see me as the kid. Nice to see you around, Doc. Oh, that? It's just like this warm buzz that I get in my head when something bad's gonna happen.
Oh, hi. Hello. This again. Won't you let me talk about it in my own time? Well, yes, if you must now. I suppose I can't complain about them in the long term. If it wasn't for what they taught me, I'd hate to think where I would have ended up. Of course, that doesn't mean I can look back on it and smile either. Maybe that's just the way everything works. The worst of it making the best. Anyway, can we talk about something else? This is kind of a sore spot with me. This again. Won't you let me talk about it in my own time? Not exactly. They just used me. It started out nice. They gave me a nice place to live, nice uniform, decent salary. It was all fine until, you know, the crackdown. Supreme Chancellor Cressa. The laws changed, the 5 factions split completely, and the Jedi became outlawed. Zerka didn't panic so much as they became excited. With their own division of the government, they didn't have to bend laws anymore. They could just do it. And that's when they began to go too far. I need a rest. I'll talk more later if you want. Oh, hi. Hello. This again. Won't you let me talk about it in my own time? Yeah, I suppose you're right. The thing is, Zerga started looking at their people. Some of them even started going missing. No questions asked. Then one day, one Zerg officer and 2 guards showed up at my door. They've been looking at me too. They liked the combination of my technical expertise and toughness. Well, I'm not saying I'm a Wookiee or anything, but I did grow up with 3 brothers. To Zerka, that was tough. Anyway, I was asked to pack a few things. Then, I got escorted to one of the labs. People started poking and prodding me as soon as I walked in. They... No, wait. I can't do this. I need to go. Thank you. Oh, hi. Hello. This again. Won't you let me talk about it in my own time? Well, you can just wander away. Good luck.
Yeah, alright, speak. And make it interesting. What am I, a Minoc in heat? These are my brood. Clan Ordo is officially down to 2. Yours truly and that energetic kid you keep seeing around me. Died during childbirth. Or something. If you want to ask about that sort of thing, you better talk to him. Yeah, alright, speak. And make it interesting. We all have stories, Doc. You're that desperate, eh? Alright, I'll play. Yeah, I knew Revan. Better than most, probably. Even if I don't get everything about him. Just over 15 years ago now, I ran into him on Terrace. Didn't have a clue who he was at the time. Just some punk visitor to the Undercity. Shows what I knew. Something must have been right in my head that day, though. Because we ended up stealing my boss's ship and hightailing it out of there during a Sith bombardment. Eventually, though, everything came out. He didn't have to request anything from me after that. He was Revan, the man, the general, the legend who had crushed the Mandalorian uprising. I was his to command. We united together, then marched on his own psychotic old apprentice. Malak had no chance. After that, everything seemed to quiet down again. Then he left. Before you ask, no, I don't know where he went. And I don't really know why. An old man gets tired when he goes on too long like this. Even a Mandalorian. Try me about this later.
Yes, Doctor. How can I help? Great, now that we're out of that mood. All I need now is a good fight and I'm a true Mandalorian again. Yes, Doctor. How can I help? Yes, Doctor. How can I help? Great, now that we're out of that mood. All I need now is a good fight and I'm a true Mandalorian again. Yes, Doctor. How can I help? It's what I do. Might as well cover this hand here.
Yeah, alright, speak. And make it interesting. We all have stories, Doc. Well, I didn't just sit around with my thumb on me. He gave me instructions, you know. He said I had to prepare for something. Said I had to raise an army and prepare for his return. I heard he said something similar to Cartho Nasi. It went well for a time. We numbered in the hundreds. Hell, I was even there when Nihilus fell. But then, of course, things started to go wrong. After Telos, there was no more battles to fight. That's not good for a bunch of Mandalorians. On to Xun. became more like farmers. We had to. If we just kept hunting and killing the jungle, we would run out of supplies. Finally, some of the men snapped, just up and left. Said they'd rather be bounty hunters for some hut than wait for a general who might never return. Yeah, I guess. The rest of it you sorta know. We were gradually whittled down by time to 7. 6 now that Draenix is gone. Though you won't find me losing too much sleep over that. I guess I better say thanks to you, Doc. If I haven't already. If you and your friends hadn't crashed, well, I don't know where we would have ended up. Just wish I knew where to go from here. Never mind. Yeah, alright, speak. And make it interesting. We all have stories, Doc. Yeah, I've been thinking. I think I'm going to kill some stuff. Let me explain. A Mandalorian is raised to warfare. It's our aim, it's our purpose in life. If we aren't fighting a good fight, then might as well just stay at the bottom of a bottle. Now, I can't use the Force. Never been able to, probably never will. But I can appreciate it. I know the way it works. I mean, I know the way it thinks. 'Cause it does think. I've seen its evidence. It meant for you to crash on that moon, and it meant for us to meet. Just as much as it meant for me to run into Revan on Terrace. And I reckon that means I meant to follow you. You're no Revan, no offense. But you're something. Maybe you're something to this galaxy. As far as I'm concerned, that means you need people watching your back. So listen, because I want you to know this. I will follow you to the end of this. No matter what happens or where you go, I'll be there for as long as you need me. There'll be more, don't worry. But for now, I'll let that sink into you. Yeah, alright, speak. And make it interesting. We all have stories, Doc. I think I've got it, Doc. I think I've got it. Something I can do. It's all these layabouts you see wandering the galaxy. They still wear the Mandalorian armor, but I don't know why. We need to get them back together. We need to get them off their useless behinds and remember that they belong to a clan. Take me out with you and let me talk to them face to face wherever you find them. There's a battle coming, Doc, I can feel it. Just like a true Mandalorian should. We'll need every hand we can get when it hits us. Let's bring them back. What do you say, Doc? Just find any of them you can and bring me before them. I'll do the rest. Yeah, alright, speak. And make it interesting. We all have stories, Doc. Try me later. I'm not in the mood right now.
Do you need my skill? You want to pry into my past? Astute of you. Yes, my codename was indeed given to me by another. A former employer, actually. He was a Rodian named Hulas. Hulas was actually head of the Genoharadan at the time, the position Kannos now holds. Not only did he name me, he trained me, gave me these blades. He was a good guy when it came down to certain things. Bit of an over-aimer, lots of imagination. Claimed he'd met Revan once. In the end, it's what got him into his final trouble. But that's an explanation for another time. Do you need my skill? You want to pry into my past? No, like I said, they only met the once. It was on Manan. Hulas tried to persuade him to join with the assassins. Revan refused, which surprised Hulas, to say the least. He thought the man who helped massacre Malachor V would have been a little more receptive to the idea. The brief confrontation got to him. The idea that a Sith Lord could turn so moral. I've personally discovered in recent years that Revan was having memory troubles at the time, but it still got to my mentor. He started to question things, started to wonder if the Genoharadan should be taking more responsibility throughout the galaxy. The others, especially the other three heads of the organization, they didn't agree with it. I'll continue with this later. Too much information too quickly can blur a subject. Do you need my skill? You want to pry into my past? Yes and no. Although Hulas was becoming an idealist, he didn't actually outrank the other three. The traitors hatched a few weak plots, but none ever came to pass. It wasn't until some years later, when a new up-and-comer came into their ranks, that things became more active. A young up-and-comer named Kannos. Of course, since this was Kannos, removing Hulas was only one part of the plan. Out of the four, he was actually the last to die. He was ranked 5th at the time, and because of the structure of the company, if the four above him were all to die, he would be the sole head. After suggesting the best way to kill Hulas, he allowed the others to finalize the plan. Along the way, he took each of them aside and had a few private words. He pointed out how greedy all the other heads were, and how willing they might be to turn against the others once Hulas was out of the way. Minutes before their grand plan took place, they turned on each other out of fear of being stabbed in the back afterwards. Hulas found their bodies, and before he could figure out what had happened, was shot in the back at close range by an eddy. The Genoharadan had a new leader. This was about 8 years ago, and I was only 16. I found my way out, though. Do you need my skill? You want to pry into my past? He found me when I was close to a year old. I never knew my parents. Doctors tell me I'm Corellian, but apart from that, I've no clue as to my family. I think Hulas wanted to train a successor without the burden of safekeeping a family. That was where I came into it. One day when I was 5, we'd spent all day training. He was trying to teach me stealth tactics. During the night, I snuck into his room and got a blade to his throat. He was impressed. I'd come out of the night at him like, well, hence the codename. Like I said, never knew my parents. Shadow was good as any other. I guess a part of me's always been curious. Don't even know where to start looking, though. I remember a couple of years ago, this Aqualish merchant came up to me thinking my name was Fire. I told him he was mistaken. Then, when he was walking away, he started talking about how some people looked like their father. Wish I'd stopped him now, but... He was a merchant, and it was on a flight to Coruscant. If you're talking about tracking him down, I'd say a store on the Republic capital would be a good place to start. Just make sure I'm there when you start asking questions. Otherwise, I can't really point him out.
This is demeaning. I know you want Revan. Perhaps I can help give him to you. I'm in possession of something which may assist. I don't have it with me. It's a little too big. We shall have to go to my office on Eddy 4. Unless you can get into my base yourself. I have a personal interest in finding Revan Doctor. Release me, and you shall have my cooperation, my resources, and my skill. Very well.